In a nameless bookstore, Pierce traced the trail of an attempted burglary. He discovered that Charles Hawkins was behind the attempt. Pierce opened the bookseller's safe to find what the latter and Sarah Hawkins had hidden there. A book covered in human skin lied inside, irresistibly attracted the detective. When he opened it, his mind was projected into another body. So, hello everybody,
Dr.
welcome
Colden,
back to
this
Call of
man's
Cthulhu.
condition is deteriorating.
What says Dr. Fuller? It's his patient, after all.
He's busy with Captain Fitzroy. He specifically asked us not to bother him when that's the case.
Oh, of course. I'll see what I can do. Mr. Blake, can you hear me? I'm Dr. Colden. We'll take care of you.
There's nothing we can do. I tried talking to him. He's catatonic.
What can you tell me about him?
He was highly agitated an hour ago. We were about to tie him down when he fell asleep. 10 minutes ago, he curled up into a fetal position. I thought he was waking up, but no.
What are his symptoms?
His temperature has been going down, his skin losing its color, his body rigid. I closed his eyes myself. They were glassing over. I didn't want them to dry out, and I couldn't bear to look at the expression on his face.
You did well. Don't worry. Let's stay professional, if you will. I don't recognize him. Did he just arrive on the island?
He said he worked on the docks, but not with Captain Fitzroy. I think he works for Ms. Baker.
Who?
You know, the woman at the head of their gang. They call her Cat.
Oh, I see.
Do you have other questions?
Show me his file.
That's not possible.
Don't tell me Dr. Fuller has taken this file as well. We need it.
That's why I called you. This man's ailment has been hidden from us.
Come on now. What was he treated for?
An intoxication, I was told. After inhaling chemicals.
That'll do for the time being.
Any idea what this man might be undergoing?
Did you inject him with a tranquilizer?
No, Doctor. Not me, not anyone. Our stock is empty, yet again.
Again? But there was enough for the whole island.
More and more people are suffering from insomnia. We can't refuse to help.
Of course.
Any idea what this man might be undergoing?
Very well. I'll examine him.
Alright, so yeah, hello everybody, welcome back to Call of Cthulhu. As you can see, we are inside Dr. Colden's body.
30-year-old subject. Severe hypothermia. Erythematous papules around the eyes and eardrums. Necrosed palpebral tissue. Lord, this smell.
Alright, I know like some medical stuff, none of those words made sense to me.
His skin shows abnormal loss of color and seems dried out. He's totally dehydrated. His fingertips and toes seem to feature a slight ring under the skin. Tender at the touch. Slightly sticky. Severe malnutrition. Swollen abdomen with traces of petechia. Doesn't seem like an edema. Slight protuberances seem to indicate the presence of a foreign body.
So, Doctor, an opinion?
I'm not sure
Parasite?
I have the necessary knowledge to treat this man.
Don't say that. You're our most worthy doctor after Dr. Fuller.
Some of his symptoms are beyond my comprehension.
What did you find?
I see signs of hypodermoclysis, but he's still dehydrated. When was his last IV?
He's constantly under perfusion. I've even gone beyond the recommended dose to no avail. And you won't believe me, but when we bathed him earlier...
He seemed to feel better?
Yes. Like he needs an aquarium, not a perfusion. But that doesn't explain his condition.
In spite of the muscle contractions, his arms seem limp.
Yes. They can't have decalcified, not at this rate.
And yet, if there is a bone in this arm, it's softer than that of a newborn baby. What about his cranium?
It's soft at the touch. It does seem like the skull of a baby.
Look at these sticky rings growing at his fingertips. What can be happening?
I'm sure you'll find an explanation. You have to.
Did you examine his abdomen? It would seem there's something inside.
He hasn't eaten in days. Are you certain it's not an edema?
No. Can't you recognize an edema? Pushing with your finger won't leave a trace. And look at these bumps.
It's not like he could be pregnant.
Whatever it is, this man has something inside him that shouldn't be there. We should operate on him at once.
Dr. Fuller said not to worry, that the edema would go away by itself.
You know, I'm not sure Dr. Fuller is telling the truth. I almost don't believe it myself, but these symptoms are not those usually associated with the human species.
What do you mean? Don't tell me you believe in extraterrestrials.
No. This poor man is from our world, all right. But his body is undergoing unnatural mutations. And this transformation is killing him. His body simply can't cope.
Where could he have gotten such an infection?
I pray that it's not here.
Dr. Colden, may I know what you're doing to my patient?
What I'm doing? How about what you've done to him?
Let us calm down, my dear Marie. I don't appreciate your tone, nor your insinuations. I've done to him what I do to all my patients, provide him with the best available care.
Your imagination is without limit. It's your homemade drug again, is it not? Those people are not your guinea pigs.
There, there. What have you seen to put you in such a state?
His limbs? His body temperature? I don't know what experiments you've undertaken, but this is going too far.
Oh, I sense some excitement beneath your indignation. Could it be you wish to join me in my scientific endeavors?
You are a brilliant physician, Dr. Fuller, but this man has the attributes of some kind of animal.
Fascinating. An animal, you say? Could you be more precise? Cephalopod, perhaps?
This amuses you.
Your reaction does. I know your thirst for knowledge, Doctor. It's your innocent worries for this man that have you overreacting.
For this man, and the others whose medical files you've been hiding.
I have to protect my discovery. These people owe me their life, but the world isn't ready yet. It will be, in time.
I will not let you do this.
You disappoint me, Marie, but I still have hope you'll one day share my point of view. In the meantime, take care of your own patients and try not to forget who you're dealing with.
Was that a threat?
All right.
What did he mean?
It was a warning. Dr. Fuller is this institution's founder and one of our profession's most influential voices. My word is of no weight against his. If I continue to protest, I will only ruin my reputation and career.
It's scandalous. Can't we do anything? Is there no evidence of his crimes?
Oh, that evidence exists. I'm sure of it. I need to find the missing medical files.
And where would you find those? In his office? What if you get caught?
I'd rather not think about that. I'm counting on your discretion.
Of course, Doctor. You can count on me. I'll keep Mum.
Alright, well, hopefully she will. Alright, let me change my batteries here real quick. Since they're apparently dying. Hopefully I'll remember to recharge them after I'm done this video. Alright. What do we got here?
An unknown medicine. Judging by the other ones, it causes heavy side effects.
Well, yeah, because those blue bottles are tranquilizers, right? Because that's those little sleeping pill bottles that we keep finding. Okay, well that looks like a cabinet I can hide in, but obviously not at the moment, which is good.
This place draws you in and never lets you go.
Okay, that door opens to hallway. Okay. I guess that makes sense.
Chronic insomnia. Like half the island.
Yeah. That's what happens when Cthulu apparently lives just offshore.
Hay fever. What's he doing here?
Because he has hay fever, I guess? I don't know.
Doctor,
Do you not go to a hospital for
please.
hay fever?
My chest. Oh.
His perfusion of a semi-physiological solution doesn't seem to work. He's undergoing a ventricular fibrillation. Nurse? Deborah, come and help me, please. His potassium level is too high. Replace it with 2% glucose solution with insulin, calcium, and sodium bicarbonate.
I'll tend to it right away.
Thank you. He's in your hands.
Okay. Aha! I got to do a doctor thing. Which is good, I guess? I mean, I guess it's not bad. But, like, because, like, it keeps coming up, like, medicine and that. Does that have anything to do with my medicine, or the fact that she's a doctor means it'll work anyway?
He broke his back in an accident down by the docks.
Like, if I... Yeah, so I can't access my Pierce thing there, so I don't know that I'm actually using it.
The whaling station. What's wrong with me?
What are you talking about?
Doctor, that you?
Yes, it's Dr. Colden. Tell me what happened.
It's the old whaling station. See?
What did you see there?
Nothing. Nothing at all. The floor was all rotten and I fell straight through.
And that's how you broke your back?
Perhaps. No idea. Passed out. I'll just sleep a bit more.
Okay, so you only get one thing of information from him.
Mrs. Sanders?
Is she alive? It sure doesn't fucking look like it.
Why did nobody tell me about her admission?
The file describes the state in which Irene Sanders entered the Riverside Institute, as well as the treatments administered to her. Fuller added a handwritten note. He recommends to take her down to the psychiatric wing in order to provide her with the quiet and rest that she needs. Sure.
She recently came back from the surgical block. She's stable. Given her file, a nephrectomy would have been inevitable. But Fuller was able to save her kidney.
Okay, good for him. And are all those blue bottles the fucking tranquilizers? That's a lot of tranquilizer. Good God, there's so many of them all over the place.
What is the boiler room key doing here?
Well, the fact that she said that but didn't pick it up leads me to believe that either we'll need it later as her or we'll be coming back here as Pierce. And that's like a hint as to where it
Intoxication
is.
from breathing organic vapors.
Oh, he's got a shit bucket underneath him.
Another insomniac. I should find the cause for such a widespread trouble.
I mean, I don't know that that's necessarily a doctor's job.
Dr. Colden, here you are at last. This patient was again brought up to the psychiatric wing. We've been following the treatment you prescribed, but the dysgeusia persists and he's lost a great deal of weight. We haven't been able to move him. The stress makes him hyperallergic.
Sir, I am going to examine you. Do you understand? Inject him with a dose of pentobarbital, intramuscular, so that I can conduct the clinical examination. He bit his lips so much, they're still bleeding. White froth, evidently because of such drooling. His binds left bloody wounds.
So, Doctor, What should we do with this patient?
Those basement brutes tied him up too tight, and now he's hurt.
I keep trying to heal his wounds, but he reopens them.
Do you have a diploma as a nurse?
Excuse me?
So take care of this man.
Okay. And then she just like walks away. I mean, sure, I guess. Maybe she's going to get some stuff to treat him. Alright, so that seems to be everything here that we could do.
Gentlemen, may I help you?
We're waiting on news regarding our mother, Maureen Harding. She came in with a kidney problem, but we haven't heard anything since.
I've tended to her, and I have good news. Her blood analysis is reassuring. Her kidneys are as new.
Are you talking about the same person? This is miraculous.
She's still recovering, but you may speak to her upon her awakening.
Oh, thank you so much, Doctor. We'll wait for her to wake up. We've been here since this morning, so it won't make a difference.
Oh, Hippocratic Oath. Heal all the patients. Okay. Yay! I healed everyone. Okay, so this was the first door we found.
The answers must be hidden in Fuller's office.
Okay, what's this place?
I didn't make this up.
Bathroom, changing
And I'm
room.
the one who pays. What a pest. It's
It's
so
temperamental,
unfair.
if I understand correctly.
Wait. Where the fuck did she go? Oh, good. What the fuck?
Elizabeth? You all right? Why is this room in such a state?
Because, as always, I'm cleaning it by myself. And the water was once again shut off this morning. I had to bother Mrs. Donovan again, giving her a new excuse to belittle me.
Do you really need Mrs. Donovan to open a valve? Why not ask the janitor?
I can't make these decisions without her approval. Imagine if there were a leak. Anyhow, the boiler room is locked half the time. So every time the water gets shut off, I have to go and endure her reproach until she's settled the problem.
I see. Courage, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Doctor. Everything all right, Dr. Colden?
All is well, Elizabeth, thank you. I was making sure the water wasn't cut off yet again.
Thank God, no. The water's running. I have no desire to call Donovan for help.
Come now. Don't let that witch sap your morale.
I'm trying, Doctor. I'm trying. It's just that sometimes I imagine she shuts down the water herself, just for the pleasure of harassing me.
Her time is much too precious for these kind of petty games. Courage, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Doctor.
Okay. It doesn't look like there's anything else in here. Although I am curious about that one tub that has like a hole in it. Like has a cover and a hole on it. Locker room. Anything interesting here? Does not seem like it. Administration, I'm guessing this extends all the way over there. Good. We'll open the door so that, well, I guess, I was going to say so that I know that I've been in here, but I guess there's been a few places that we've walked in that I haven't needed to open, or that the door's already been opened, so I mean, there's got to be something in administration, right? Like a dictionary, this work references in alphabetical order all the medical sciences known and practiced in the modern world. For each of the entries, the major works and the names of the reference authorities are listed. So is this going to actually raise like Pierce's medicine skill, or
I have little time for you, Doctor. you'll find out that it's not only the doctors who have things to do. Wait a minute. Where do you think you're going? Dr. Colden.
Mrs. Donovan.
Nobody goes into Dr. Fuller's office. But rest assured, I'll tell him you came by.
That won't be necessary. Thank you.
I will tell him, nonetheless.
Alright. Okay, so we gotta get rid of her. So we need to distract her. Now, obviously we could cut off the water. And then, what was her name? Elizabeth?
Let's hope I can go through the administration office.
Would have to go and deal with her, but that seems like that would be a mean thing to do to Elizabeth. That's the boiler room, but it's locked.
The door to the boiler room is locked. Where did I see that key? Ah, yes.
No, you're pulling
The
my
office in
leg.
Block B.
I'm not joking. I saw the
The doses prescribed by Fuller are far too high.
Prescription for barbiturates. Okay. So he's, so he's prescribing way too much drugs. Surprise. Oh, what's this? Umo Delinquent? This pseudoscientific work by Cesare Lombroso correlates an individual's morphology with his criminal predisposition. The seriousness of this study and the accuracy of the demonstrations can deceive an uninformed reader. So basically, it's one of those books where if you read it, it would make sense, but if you actually pay attention, it doesn't.
Listen to the way you talk, you naughty girl.
Or if, like, you actually research or
And the
know
answer
anything
is
about
no.
the...
You can imagine that she
We've been
doesn't
waiting
dare
to be
say
restocked
anything.
for weeks.
That silly goose lets herself be trodden on. Oh well, at least we won't have to clean for a while. And just wait and see the next time the water's cut off. It's a real show.
It's a storage room. Oh. This very interesting book, aimed at a wide public, demonstrates how non-recognized sciences have influenced modern medicine. Magnetism, grandmother's secrets, Chinese acupuncture, hypnosis, herbal medicine, alchemy, and many others have contributed, to a certain extent, to the enrichment of medicine at the beginning of this century. I mean, because here's the thing, right? Like, whether or not you believe in any of that stuff actually works, it would still... like the things that they say, like, because obviously some of it works, right? Like, people go to acupuncture, but then the question is it actually working, or is it just like in the person's head?
Watch out for the water, Doctor.
Can I get in the kitchen? I can.
Patients and hospital personnel eat the same food.
Well, yeah. I mean, I imagine there's certain patients that don't because they need, different diets and whatnot, but overall, I don't see why they would bother making different foods outside of those.
It's a quiet little town. Days go by, steady as ever. I wanted more for myself, but...
Okay. Let's see, what do we got? Talk to this nurse?
Dr. Colden.
Nope, not really. It's honestly kind of annoying when they do something like that, where it's like you can talk to them, but then they just give you like one line that doesn't act. Like, you may as well just not give me the prompt to talk to them.
This man, Edward Pierce.
Oh.
His
This
file
file-
is incomplete. What did Fuller do to him?
The file is strangely incomplete, and the detail on treatment is not given. It does not respect standard practice. Hey, this is our file.
Thank you for your help, Doctor.
Thank you. I'll be going.
Did I help you?
In theory, this is where we hang the key to the boiler room. Dr. Fuller always keeps his key with him.
Yeah, imagine this just lets us out the other side. Yeah. Because there's the Fuller's office. Surgical ward can get in there.
The operating room is never accessible after an operation.
Well, no, I imagine it would have to be clean.
Sorry, but nobody can take anything until I finish the inventory.
That's fine.
Please. The fewer interruptions there are, the faster I'll be finished.
Okay, well, look, I wasn't trying to take anything. I just wanted to look around.
Where did my fiancée go? I hope those nutcases will stop burdening her with work.
Okay, so I'm assuming then that your fiance is one of the nurses, not a patient. Hey, what's up, Copper?
I don't get why they have us waiting so long. Almost no patients here.
Ethan,
Marie,
what are you doing here?
I'm waiting for my medication, of course. Why?
Medicine Master.
Tell me your symptoms.
I have headaches. And I can't sleep.
Do you suffer from insomnia?
No. Look, I don't want you to laugh at me.
Ethan, if you don't trust me, then who?
I have nightmares. They keep me awake every night. It seems stupid, I know, but they're terrible.
Actually, you're not the only one.
No. No one has ever seen the things I see. It's like I'm turning mad.
So many people have this affliction. It's like an epidemic.
Do you think it might be related to Fuller's work?
I don't know yet, but I will figure all this out. Everyone in Darkwater is suffering from nightmares.
Really?
We don't have any medication left.
Oh. There's no excuse then. I should let you work.
Take care, Ethan.
You too, Marie.
I mean, this still doesn't explain why we saw him die, though, is the thing, right? Okay, so now it seems like all we have left then
The key to the boiler room.
is
All
to
I have to do is
this,
shut off the
because
water
we've made a
and
full
hope Donovan
circuit. All
takes
the
the
doors
bait.
that we could open, we went through. Oh, I guess the boiler room door would still be closed. Got that guy mopping. I don't particularly remember where the boiler room is, but like I said, it would be a closed door. My, this thing looks hefty.
I can't shut this with my bare hands. I need a tool.
I mean, there's a bunch of tools here. Where would we get, I mean, there's the storage room that the woman was in. I didn't notice anything. If she's still in there. Oh, she's not. Oh, and there is something in here. What did we get? I found a tool. I found a monkey wrench. Oh, and this guy's out here now. So then I wonder, is he done mopping in front of the bathroom? I'm assuming that's what that was. He is. And I can go in here. Oh, and then there's another wrench there. Okay, so then there's multiple places where you can get the wrenches. Okay, that's cool. That's neat. I like it when games give you options like that. Was this the... yeah.
I feel guilty about Elizabeth, but I need the diversion.
Yep.
Dr. Colden, might there be a problem with the water?
I was about to mention it. It seems it's been cut off yet again.
I can't take this, Marie. I feel I'm gonna burst.
It's not your fault if we have defective plumbing.
And yet, I'm the one who gets punished because I'm gonna have to square off with that annoying old witch. Courage, Elizabeth. Here we go. And hold your tongue this time.
Yeah, let it all out.
It's temperamental, if I understand correctly.
So she's gonna go and distract Donovan. Oh, who's over there? She's not even
Mrs. Donovan?
at the door again. Well, fuck. I mean, odds are she's over there
Blast.
specifically
The
because I
missing
did that.
files must be hidden here.
Okay, that was some weird audio. Any books we can take? Yeah.
The Stendhal syndrome. Of course. This is
Study
where
this.
Fuller found his diagnosis for Francis Sanders.
A study of the Stendhal syndrome, a particularly rare mental illness. Subjects display mental disorders linked to an exposure to works of art. Okay, that's interesting. Alright. Anything else? I mean, we're looking for files, and there's got to be some somewhere in here, right? Just a cool boat. Oh. Okay,
Something is wrong with these masts. It's some sort of puzzle.
Ah, okay. I'm assuming I need them to all be facing the same way.
I've unlocked something.
Okay, that
Patient
was
files.
easy.
I was right.
Sarah Hawkins' interview as well. The white ship. No. This cylinder was hidden inside Fuller's office. He recorded his thoughts about one of the many psychoanalysis sessions he submitted Sarah Hawkins to. Okay. I mean, there's a phonograph there, but surely she would want to leave to do this, right?
Conclusions. Session number 17. Patient? Sarah Hawkins. The patient appears to have finally accepted the illusory nature of what she calls the mythos. It goes without saying that these peculiar illusions are the price that comes with her exceptional gifts.
Why does Dr. Fuller write psychological reports about Sarah Hawkins?
At first, I presumed that her blood was the key. But I found nothing to
What's this?
explain Mrs. Hawkins'
This finger
abilities.
belonged to a woman. Why keep it here?
I don't know. That's very weird. It's just like it's really weird that there's a shoe in this thing, but you don't seem to want to comment on that right now.
The poor souls downstairs are not Fuller's only subjects.
Then James came, irate that Charles was keeping secrets from him. I presume that he will try to break into the basement sooner or later. I am prepared.
Are you?
Hawkins, Fitzroy, and Fuller. What is the connection between these three?
It is fortunate that I had the presence of mind to set the morgue in the basement. When all the fuss about the Hawkins incident finally comes to an end, I will dispose of her belongings. In the meantime, they must remain hidden in plain sight.
Ooh, hidden in plain sight. Can I do the shoe?
Of course. Sarah Hawkins is the connection.
A partly burned shoe. It seemed like it belonged to Sarah Hawkins. Sure. Is that it? No, actually. My little thing does not have a check mark, which means there's still something else to find. Interesting. I don't think I've ever actually had that on a reconstruction. All the times before, if there was a reconstruction, it wouldn't tell me that I could leave it until I found everything. Found the finger. Ah.
Why is Ethan on medication?
Oh, there we go. That was all of it. Don't know why we're able to do the reconstruction as the nurse, but...
I must go back to the basement.
Okay, can I leave through this door? No. I'm assuming I'll have to leave through. Okay. Go down to the psychiatric wing. No, because that's the entrance to the place. Bathroom, administration. Is that maybe this place? Yeah, okay. So this should be where she goes down to... Well, no, because she hasn't talked to the cop yet about me, so... That wouldn't make too much sense. If this is where she came to speak to me. Well, that's not good. Oh, hello.
Ah, now that's the Marie that I know. I knew I could count on your scientific curiosity. It's time to show you what you were so eager to discover.
Well, that's probably not good.
If you're gonna shoot me, at least have the decency to look me in the eyes.
Turn around. Slowly. Talk, filthy thief! Oh, I swear I'll shoot!
I need eloquence and strength.
Take a minute to look around. Everything points to Charles Hawkins.
He's dead!
No. He was here for a very specific item.
Oh, no.
The book. Why was it in the safe?
Have you read it?
Answer the question.
How foolish of you. Now you won't be able to escape his will. What did it show you?
She went into Fuller's office. She was looking for Sarah Hawkins' corpse.
Sarah Hawkins, you say? Let's go back to the start, shall we? Whose life did the Necronomicon choose to show you?
Dr. Colden. She was at the Riverside Institute. She's in danger. I have to go.
Wait. No one knows the occult better than me. You might need my help.
All right. All right. I might need you after all.
This will affect your destiny. Well then.
Let's meet later at the Hawkins mansion. Now go. Rescue the doctor.
Thank you, Drake.
Okay. Okay, and that's the end of the chapter. So obviously we're going back to the Riverside Institute in the next part, probably to try and help Mary. But yeah, I didn't actually read what, because there was, when I told him about Marie there was another option that had something to do with the occult, but I didn't even look at what it was, unfortunately. I don't think I had enough to do it. anyway, but I am curious as to whether or not those books I found actually raised my medicine skill or not. It didn't pop up, but at the same time, I couldn't access Pierce's file there anyway, so, or menu anyway, so I doubt it would have told me. But that'll be it for this part. Thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you next week for more.